Welcome back to Shaikhain, and I am SAEED. A fraud, in simple words, can be defined as a crime of intentional use of deceit, trick, or some dishonest means to deprive another of its money, property, or a legal right. It is a comprehensive subject. Still, we shall try to provide in this video some basic as to how to prevent fraud through effective internal control system at workplaces. A party who has lost something due to fraud is entitled to initiate legal proceedings against the party acting fraudulently, criminal and/or civil. Fraud triangle. You see, the fraud triangle is a model of explaining what causes a person to commit the frauds. It consists of three components which together can lead to fraudulent behavior. And those are opportunity. Next one is the pressures and rationalization. It is important to understand as to what motivates the people to commit fraud so one can better assess risk and assist employers or clients to implementation appropriate preventive and detective measures. How good people go bad? An obvious answer is greed. Greed. There are two separate but related theories about why employees commit fraud. The first one, nearly 90% engaged in workplace unconformity, included behaviors such as dodging, workplace slowdowns, sick time abuses, and pilferages. On top of that, an astonishing 1/3 of the employees actually had stolen money or merchandise on the job. Remember, even top executives are the employees. And remember, it is the strength of the system which keeps the person honest. The researcher concluded the most common reason employees committed fraud had little to do with the opportunity, but more with the motivation. The more dissatisfied the employee, the more likely he or she was to engage in criminal behaviors. The second theory about why employees commit fraud is related to financial pressures. Criminologists find that the great majority committed fraud to meet their financial obligations. Important is that two other factors had to be present for employees to commit frauds. That is, they must perceive an opportunity to commit the fraud and conceal their crimes, and be able to rationalize their offenses as something other than criminal activity. The opportunity to commit fraud is typically addressed through effective internal control systems. If a proper check and balance exists in the organization, it is difficult, though still not impossible, to defraud an organization. Fraud prevention cycle. One thing is important to remember, that fraud prevention is an ongoing cycle involving monitoring, detections, decisions, case management, and learning. Reviewing the system then. Learning and reviewing the system. So three pillars of fraud prevention are awareness, understanding, and prevention. Some sad facts, whether we like or not. The majority of frauds are committed by most trusted employee. This employee is placed in a position with a high level of authority with little oversight, thus providing opportunity to commit fraud. Financial pressures from everyday life can become unbearable and can allow an otherwise honest person to rationalize committing fraud. And there are some red flags. Fraud perpetrators tend to display behavior warning signs when they are engaged in their crimes. The most common red flags are living beyond means, financial difficulties, unusually close association with a vendor or customers, excessive control issues, a general wheeler-dealer attitude, recent divorce or family problems. At least one of these red flags were exhibiting during the frauds in 78.9% of the cases. And certain things you cannot relax on. Trust your team, it is important. At the same time, keep your eyes open. Duties and assignments should be system-based, not individual-based. Segregation of duties in clearly defined terms. Not to turn a blind eye on the issue, rather become proactive in protecting your company. At times, you may need to engage specialized teams like fraud examiners, specialized team for system audit in order to review your system and strengthen your system. Remember, a strong system of internal control serves as the best defense to prevent frauds. If there is a knowledge or suspicion of fraud, immediately to assess and document the existence of fraud, if any, and to revise the internal control system accordingly. And no compromise on accounts reconciliation, bank reconciliations, vendor account reconciliations. And each and every reconciliation are to be prepared by one and countersigned, checked by the seniors. This is important. And no compromise on the physical checks of cash, inventories, and other valuables regularly. And no compromise on the payment controls and the receipts control. Keep checking on employees' living and spending habits. Keep reshuffling. I have learned from experience, such people do not like to go on leave. They never avail the leave usually. Compulsorily, everyone has to avail the leave on annual basis. It's must. Be vigilant at the time of hiring, especially for sensitive departments like cash office, accounts, sale, purchase, and ask for the fidelity bonds where possible. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to keep a positive and healthy working environment in order to keep everyone happy at the workplace. Thank you.